Okay, mic check, mic check. Great. Can everybody hear me? Good. Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Select Few Sessions. My name is Troy Track Select, and if you're watching, you are one of the Select Few. And who we're really here for, coming all the way from Elkhart, is Rebel Noire and the Accomplices. So everybody give it up for them. Ready to get started? Go for it.
Thank you all so much. Thank you all for being here. We're from Elkhart, Indiana, and we are going to start with an upbeat one. This one's called Noire. 1, 2, 3. On me. It's just my name that I need. Noire. Take a second and step into my mind. I'm moving different, I'm sticky on my grind. Yeah, and when they love me a long, 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 long time. I'm independent, my people, yeah, I'm free. I got no chains, no labels on me. Look in my eyes and you see what my eyes see. Yeah. I wear my name on y'all can sing this part, okay? Here it goes. Noire. A little softer now. Noire. A little softer now. Noire. Oh, something now. Noire. Let's go! I got my name on my sleeve. I wear my name on my sleeve. Like N-O. Like N-O. Like N-O. Like N-O. Like N-O. Like N-O. Noire. Thank you all so much. It is our first time playing here in Indianapolis. Say, hello, Indianapolis. Oh, come on now. Hello, Indianapolis. All right, thank you all so much. We got a few more songs for you. This one is called Human.
Thank you all so much. We are Rebel Noire and the Accomplices, and yeah, this is all music that we wrote and that we love to play. We're so grateful to have Evan on the trumpet. He moved down to Indy, and we are so glad to have him with us. It's a little reunion. Hey, hey, hey.
want you to go, no. I don't 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 want you to go, no. I want to introduce the band. We got Jason on the bass. We got Evan on the trumpet. We got Devin on the keys. We got Colby on the drums. And we got another Devin on guitar. We're swimming in Devins and Evans. All right, y'all, we just got a few more for you. Again, thank you to Troy and Select Sessions for having us on this one. It's called Thirsty. Can you all hear us all right? You sound good? Okay, awesome. Thank you for stopping by, sir. This is one of our newer ones. It's kind of groovy.
Caught in my matrix, damn, the sweater weather got me stormy inside. Like the rising of tide, never ever subside. Like a lifeguard, hold me when the current is too strong. Surf get choppy when the hurricane lasts long. So, done in my secret till the heaven is sent, till a new earth begin. For a world without end, I'll give you water.
water when you're thirsty. I give you water when you're thirsty. I give you water when you're thirsty. You gotta be thirsty, you gotta be thirsty, you gotta be thirsty. You gotta be thirsty. I give you water when, water when, water when, water when, water when. Ooh, ooh. We got two more for you. Two more for you. This one is called Out of Reach. Oh, y'all, it's hot. It's hot. Sometimes you are close but not close enough. Oh. Thank you. I'm sorry. Business. How are y'all? Let's go Out of Reach. You know you hold my body. You see the secrets I keep. I know you're feeling me deep. Baby, you hold me like glue. Sticky, staticky too. All love, but what we gon' do? You know we're just out of reach. Are we the thing that we need? You say we're both out of touch, and what we have's not enough. So here's to the beginning, the middle and the end. Here's to the beginning, the middle and the end. Oh. You know we're just out of reach. You know you hold me right there. Sacred the energy felt. Electricity on 10. Two hearts are in the right place. One in mind, another can't change. All in love and never mistakes. You know we're just out of reach. Are we the thing that we need? You say we're both out of touch, and what we have's not enough. Here's to the beginning, the middle and the end. Here's to the beginning, the middle and the end.
Rebel Noire and the Accomplices. We've got 2 projects that you can find online. We're on Instagram at rebel.noir. We have some CDs if you want a CD. But yeah, this is our last one. Thank you again. Thank you all so much. This one's called Rotten House. He said it's called Hot and House. Thank you all so much. Thank you all so much. We are Rebel Noire and the Accomplices. You can find us on Instagram. You can find us on Facebook at rebel.noir. Thank you so much to Select Sessions. Thank you all so much for being here. You all are our first Indianapolis crowd. Give it up for yourselves. Give it up for yourselves. In the back, give it up for yourself. In the grass, give it up for yourself. Over here, give it up for yourself. Thank you so much.
Hi, everybody. Wasn't that great? Everybody clap one more time. Okay. So give me about 10 minutes to set up for the interview portion, and I'll see you then. Cool. All right. Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for coming and sticking around for the interview. Let's clap one more time for Rebel Noire and the Accomplices. Okay. So the one way that I really like starting these interviews is kind of talking about how I first met the artist. And in this case, it was a little different than most. So, Rebel, do you recall how we met?
So I saw a post. Well, I got to back up. Reminisce X, who you just interviewed, she had mentioned doing this, and so I like to follow people who are super cool that do super cool things, and so I followed you just before you shared a post that said looking for new artists doing the for select sessions, and I was like boop in the inbox. That's what I remember.
Yeah. So that's exactly how it went. Now I was curious because you mentioned her as like an acquaintance on your email, and so how exactly do you know each other? You just happen to follow her, or?
So there is a pretty sweet music scene in South Bend, Elkhart, Goshen region, and that area is small enough where, like, if you are musical and you cross enough paths, you're gonna run into each other. Two of our band members are like in other bands. Like we meet people through other bands. So Jason and I actually had the pleasure of meeting Reminisce when we did a thing called Downtown Soul together many years ago, and we've continued to cross paths. So we consider her a kindred spirit out in that region.
Good. Now, another thing that I guess I'd like to get into in terms of talking about Rebel Noire and the Accomplices, there are a lot of groups that have that sort of naming convention with, person and the X's, right? So there's Sly and the Family Stone. There's Booker T and the MGs. Does anybody know what the MG stands for? It's the Memphis group. Okay. Yeah. There you go. More lore for your backstory. And there's Gladys Knight and the Pips. Does anyone actually know what a Pip is? Nobody? You don't know what a Pip is? A Pip. Yeah. P-I-P. A Pip is an excellent or extremely attractive thing. Person, place, or thing. So the more you know.
I might need to be pipping the Accomplices. Change my whole name.
We've been saying Gladys Knight and the Pips for 60, 70 years, and we did not, I didn't know what the Pips were. So
Shout out to them. So, but you chose the name Rebel Noir and the Accomplices, and the definition of accomplice is a person who knowingly or voluntarily or intentionally gives assistance to another in the commission of a crime. So, what exactly led to you choosing that specific name? Because names are important.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, so I'll say Rebel Noir. Before the Accomplices came to being, I was kind of performing myself with like a guitarist here or a keyboard player there. People were sort of switching in and out. And the name Rebel Noir is a play on Code Noir, which were the black codes. And these were all the rules that governed like black existence, like what you could be killed for, what you could be punished for, et cetera, et cetera. And so I'm intentional about Rebel Noir being like rebelling against that. And so when the band kind of started to crystallize, and I'll say Jason has been the longest accomplice. Devin came on board after that. And other Devin and Colby are two of our newest. I chose the Accomplices because it was sort of this group of people that helps me commit the crime, if you will, or the accomplices that help me create. I can't really do it without this group of people, and I create pretty intentionally with the messages that I choose. So I'll say that's yeah. I try to be on brand.
And now, you mentioned Jason being the longest running accomplice. From what I've seen, did this project start back in 2016? Is that the initial start of it? You mentioned some things about being on a stage, like a small platform stage in your house at some point. And Jason played the guitar instead of the bass at that point. Can you kind of, maybe Jason, tell us how you were approached for that?
Here, I think you need the mic. Can I start it? I'll hand it off. So I was, like I said, performing. I pegged the start of Rebel Noir that as my kind of persona, if you will, at a house show with a borrowed tambourine from my church, and I didn't have it was just me a cappella. And my dear friend but they sat through me singing a cappella, banging a church tambourine for like 2 original songs that I wrote. And then after a few years, Jason came into the picture. I'm going to let you, if you remember how that went.
Yeah, you can correct me if some of the details I have are wrong or just different. I had seen you do that, and we were already friends. And we were doing Downtown Soul, which we were putting together shows in small spaces. There was a coffee shop downtown that was kind enough to let us use their space. And that's kind of that's where we hosted Reminisce a long while back. And one of the performers that we got to perform for one of these events fell through. I don't remember why. Backed out. Anyway, she's like, well, I'll do it. All right, good. Awesome. I was just back there ready to move faders. I was doing the audio production part of those events. And she's like, oh, no, you're going to help me do these songs. I'm like, I don't know anything. So I quick learned them on guitar. And what did we do? Like 4 songs?
Like a half an hour set with poetry and music.
Yeah. Yeah, I was invited. And I'm an accomplice and I chose to do this, first of all, because Nikisha's my friend and has been a friend for a long time now. And also, the whole reason I picked up music is to help to amplify other people's voices. Mm-hmm. When you play the bass, you are basically the truck driver for the band. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You get everybody there, and you keep them together. And if they get lost, they can find you, hopefully in the middle of things. Mm-hmm. So I did this to help others.
Yeah.
And so it's my honor.
Good. Well, I'm aware that the band has kind of gone through some shifts and things since its inception. So can some of you explain how you ended up playing for the band now?
Yeah.
And how you've gotten there?
Well, I'll just segue real quick. I'll give this to you. Actually, I had somebody else to play with me, and they backed out at the last second. Yes. And I was like, and you were like, okay. So yeah, you will see that this is a running theme as I give Devin the mic here.
First, Devin.
Uh, so around the time that I joined, they were signed up to do a festival, and it was the Taste of Tippecanoe Festival in Lafayette, yeah. And the drummer that they had at that time backed out, and at this time I was still mostly just playing drums, and so this is actually my dad, and so he just was like, "Hey, I know a drummer," and I had little to no experience playing many of this style of music. But I liked all kinds of music, and yeah, again, I was just supportive of the message of what she was trying to convey, and I was just like looking for stuff to do. So I was like, yeah, I'll commit. And my part to playing it sort of evolved over time. I was playing during COVID. I was playing with other musicians that were just like really crazy. Some of them really crazy on the drums. So I was just like feeling like I needed to try something new, and basically partially out of boredom, but also just wanting to keep up and play music with these other cool musicians, I picked up the keys, and then I kind of just ended up falling in love with it. And before I knew it, I was practicing that like 6 hours a day, and eventually just told Nikisha, I was like, I kind of want to switch. I was like, let's switch it up, see if we can take it up a notch. And around that time, maybe a couple months after, we had another shift in members and needed these guys, which I will allow them to tell that story.
Yeah. So I'm other Devin.
Shout out other Devin.
Second Devin. I'm Devin V.
A.
Yeah,
Devin
yeah.
A and one Devin.
But yeah, so basically I joined up with this group. It was after COVID. It wasn't during COVID. Maybe very beginning of 2023, I think. Okay. So we're just over a year now. But that happened. So one of my other bands had a drummer switch, and other Devin ended up being the drummer for that, still is. And at one point he was like, yo, Rebel Noire's going to need a guitarist. I think you would fit. Maybe come and like sit in and jam and see if it's the right fit. Which in my head I was like, okay, I'm fully, like, I've done session work and stuff, and so sometimes you don't get the part. It's a part of it, and so I wasn't sure if I was the right fit, but I came prepared and open to really receiving the music. And I think we had crossed paths a couple times in the past. I had run sound for one of the festivals they played. Oh yeah, and so even further back lore, I played in Jason and Devin's garage, like in 2019. Like it was pretty crazy to see that come full circle. That the rehearsal space I was showing up to was the garage we played like right before COVID happened. So they fully embraced me like pretty short after that and said that I could play guitar, and been pretty grateful to be allowed to like still continue to be with them. And yeah, that's pretty much how it happened. So now we're here.
Wow. Yeah.
Well, mine's kind of funny. So I had just moved to South Bend maybe like 3 months before I got with them. I was working at Guitar Center, and I believe Devin came in and was like, talked to Aaron. He was like, they needed a drummer, and then my boss, which is my boss, and he was like, well, yeah, I got a new instructor, Kobe. He just moved here, he's new and he's kind of good. So I went to the garage, and I did the little audition, and 3 people was like, yeah, you should do it. Brandon, remember Brandon came, which was playing before me. He couldn't do it, and then their drummer had moved out of town or something, right? Yeah, he had moved, so it was just like solid, either way it goes. And ever since then, man, it's been about to be 2 years in December. Yeah, it'd be 2 years. Yeah, for me, it'd be 2 years. Yeah, in December. But yeah, it's been up ever since. You know what I'm saying? Their fam, they took me in like it was nothing, and everything's original, so it's love. So, but yeah. That's how I met him. But yeah.
Well, shout out, man. So
Yeah.
yeah, running theme of desperately need someone right now, please, Lord. and
Answers to prayer. Answers
yeah,
to prayer. And the one thing I'll say too is that for me, it's almost as important or more important that people get behind what it is. We people come in and they bring their skills, and then we're like, okay, how we mix it together? But you can be super amazing, and if I have to explain or do too much, like that's not the right fit. So fit for me is not only that people are excellent um, performers, but that also like they're just solid humans. We have a good time, and I feel safe creating with this group of people. So
well, good. So along the lines of creating, uh, like you said earlier, you're very intentional about the work that you put out. And I was doing some research and I was looking at. I think I want to talk about Truth Teller first. So you have the Truth Teller EP, which came out in 2022. Is that right?
yeah, yeah.
Okay.
No, 2021.
21?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
So 2021, and there's some interviews out there that mention uh, the album cover specifically, which you know, sometimes things are small when they're on Spotify or whatever, so I might not have initially seen it, but they were saying that it's a drawing that references a photograph of a lynching. Apparently, the photo's so old, the rope is almost invisible and makes it look like these black people are flying. Uh, do you know what particular lynching that is referring to? Like, is there a specific one or just a general?
I can't remember the reference, but it sort of became kind of an image after Ahmaud Arbery was killed, and people were talking about that as a lynching, and so it was in the sorts of conversations about that I came across this photo. Um, do you know what the reference is?
No, that's why
No.
I'm asking you.
Yeah. Um,
Yeah,
Yeah,
but there
but
wasn't a picture.
there was one in particular, and it was a black man, and it was a sea of white people, literally a sea of white people who were underneath and just like posing for the photo.
Yeah.
Um, but it looked with no rope. It looked like he was flying.
Right. Right. And I guess along those same lines, you have a song called Rosewood on that Truth Teller album. So why Rosewood in particular? Because there are several towns that have. Let me explain first. Rosewood is a self-sufficient black town destroyed by white mobs due to alleged sexual assault, which is how a lot of black towns are destroyed. So why did you reference that particular town when there's Tulsa, Oklahoma, Colfax, Louisiana, Wilmington, North Carolina, Elaine, Arkansas, et cetera, et cetera? What made you pick that one?
That one was the one that I knew the most of the history about. Like, I had seen the film that was like popularized it in the theaters. So it was the one that I kind of knew, and that one too I wrote when Standing Rock was occurring. So people might remember the indigenous folks were fighting over Standing Rock to preserve their sacred land there, and it
Was it
just
for oil lines? Was that
yes,
yeah.
yeah. So oil companies were, and it was a huge sort of right. If people were following that protest, it was a huge movement. And for me, I felt like this parallel between, these indigenous folks trying to preserve like what was theirs, and the town of Rosewood trying to preserve what was theirs in the face of always these sort of like white supremacist, um, not economics and structure, et cetera, et cetera. So the I wrote the song kind of blending those themes together. Yeah.
And I know that this initial, or the first kind of EP for Rebel Noir, is kind of talking about, I guess, lots of rage and rebellion and telling the truth about some of these events versus Unarmed is leaning towards vulnerability and love and self. what led to the transition between the first EP and this new album?
So everything that I write is out of my life experience. There are some people that sort of make songs that are catchy songs because that rhymes or that are very disconnected from them. But everything that I write is something that I've sort of gone through or feel close to or that connects to sort of in some profound way, kind of like my existence, I feel like. And so, like Life in Black, which is also on the Truth Teller EP, I wrote that poem kind of came to me. Like I was on the massage table and I was feeling in a very dark place. And, my massage therapist was like, what's the color of what you feel? And I said, I can't tell if I'm in a cocoon or a grave. And so the song kind of evolved out of that. And so with Unarmed, like, yeah, just being in this space of like my own journey in terms of relationships, as well as, again, Rotten House is one of those songs that is responding to something in the times. Those are where the songs come from. So the third project that we're working on, like, is also going to feel like an evolution because I'm singing about different things than I was before, but that's because I've also experienced different things than before. So yeah, it sort of follows. It follows me.
Yeah, and you mentioned, things that you're experiencing in your own life, and I think Unarmed is a little bit more personal than Truth Teller was in terms of things about you instead of maybe just big things that are going on outside. And so that's why Awestruck was one of the things that stood out to me, where it's kind of a love song about you finding this person who's really great, or at least seemingly a love song about finding this person who's really great, but then turns out they're not for you. So how did you realize that it's like, this isn't exactly what I wanted? Because it's sweet in the beginning.
Lord have mercy. Oof. Well, it, like, the lyrics sort of tell it, like, the person was not mine when they woke up to leave, So, yeah, yeah. That's the way it went.
You mentioned wanting to love more carefully.
Yes.
Do you feel that you loved recklessly in this instance?
I don't think it's recklessly, but I do feel like, sometimes we can convince ourselves of things. And, the want of someone or the want of something sometimes takes over, like, whether, like, this is the something that is for you. Like, sometimes it's just the want versus the thing itself. And so, I see loving more carefully as, in part, like, some of what I had to learn was, like, who am I and how do I love myself, to be able to choose in a different kind of way. One of the things I'll let Devin talk about Awestruck, because that's like one of the only songs that I didn't bring sort of the lyrics and the melody, and we workshopped it. Like, he wrote that whole song. And for the first time, I was like, I got to write lyrics to something. So, yeah, I don't know if you want to say anything about that. I don't know if that's the theme you had in mind when you came up with Awestruck at all, but those were the lyrics that I put to it.
Originally, when I was composing that song, it was there was a band that I was just kind of starting to put together that ended up being Overgrowth, which is another band that I play in later on, and that was going to be like one of the first songs for the project. But I was like, I was real excited about that when I was writing it, and I was like showing Akeisha the chords and stuff. And I think she saw like a video of me live on Facebook just playing those chords and just kind of jamming on it and feeling it out, and she asked if she could write to it, and I was just like, this was around the time when I was starting to decide to switch over to keys for Rebel Noire, because at the time I was actually playing drums still, and this was actually one of the deciding factors. I was like, well, we're not even going to be able to play this song live unless I switch to keys, because I was like, I would like to. It's definitely the kind of thing that I would want to play my parts for, you know. So yeah, she started workshopping melody ideas, and we were actually just playing that without a drummer for a while. There was one show where we actually had the drummer for B the band. Shout out to B the band. Fill in, and he just played drums with us for like 2 songs. And that was like the first time that we had really played that live in front of people. And it was at that point that I was like, yeah, I gotta switch. I was like, I gotta play keys, and we gotta like solidify this. And yeah, it was just like I was thinking like wanting to really like take the band up a notch from and evolve our sound from the Truth Teller EP where I was playing drums. Even on that record, I was having a lot of melodical ideas, but I didn't really have the avenue to pursue creating those at the time. So it was definitely like, it just felt like it was time to move in that direction, and that song is what came out of it. And yeah, I love it. It's like one of my favorite songs that we play still. It's a very personal song. Right.
Well, now that I'm aware, at least you've composed that one song, a lot of Rebel songs are very personal. So how do you all contribute to tracks when it's, she may be writing some very personal lyrics or about whatever, but how do you guys get to fit in there and express yourselves?
On my end, I do production and engineering. So sometimes with some of the songs, like Out of Reach, like I immediately heard the vibe that like I think it was just from a poem. Like I think you had like something in a voice note, if I'm remembering correctly, at one rehearsal, and like we kind of just filled in the blanks. And then from like a production standpoint, I was like, oh, it really feels like it wants to lean toward this like kind of 90s R&B soul type of vibe. And then so that my guitar part was written kind of from studying some of those records and like, trying to be flexible and bring something to the table that like not only I felt, but also Nikisha felt, and Devin felt, and Colby felt, and Jason felt. That's kind of where my head's at, is that if I can be a puzzle piece, that's what I can do best in the situation. And then, production and engineering is like, that's a whole different like ball game, because then it's putting everybody's pieces together, but then also bringing the like culmination of the band together and making us sound how we all want to sound, and executing like Nikisha's vision too, on that front. And so when I write parts too, maybe there's, everybody's got their part down already, and sometimes they don't. I just try to fit where I would best, and not, unless like, there's times where I've rejected taking a guitar solo and still do, because like I'm not one to like want to pop out, which like it's good to like push me in that direction. And Nikisha's definitely done that. Devin's done that, because like sometimes they just like make me do it. Yeah. And like point at me during rehearsal the other day, and it's like, it's your turn. So, yeah, I don't know. That's personally how I write with everybody. So.
Well, with me, yeah, I love that I can really put my ideas out on the songs, Once again, like I said, everything is original, so there is no, I have to look at another drummer to figure out if I want to do this. I can. If it fits, they love it, Another thing, she lets me be, myself. I don't have to, play a certain way for her to love it. Whatever I do, they love it. So that's why I love being here, Like, once again, that's why I call them a fam, because it's like everybody has ideas and they all work, even if it's a crazy idea. Like last week at rehearsal, we were hot and ideas were just coming out, and it's just like oh, we could put this there. Okay, we could, and it's not no, oh, that's not a good idea. Oh, let's find a way to put it here. So that's why I love it. And it's always something new every week. So that's another thing. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, the writing is my favorite part. The making stuff up, that's my favorite part. It always, somebody always comes with an idea. Sometimes it's a lyric first. Sometimes it's a guitar riff first, and then a lyric. Oh, I know exactly what fits right there. You know what I mean? Or a piano part first. As a bass player, it's the only job. It's the best job, I'm telling you, man, because it's the only one where you got to be both melody and rhythm.
Yeah.
And you cannot drop the ball. I mean, I do, but I try real hard not to drop the ball. So I get to live in both worlds. And again, I come with like a zillion ideas, and then I start peeling them off, carving them off, leaving them aside, and I strip it down, and I end up with like 4 notes, and I play them from the bottom of my toes all the way up to the top of my head. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Put every ounce of energy into it, and try to elevate the other voices. You know what I mean? And so making these things up, and again, these guys are all super open-minded. They're full of ideas, and so they're constantly surprising me, and they pull different things out of me. Mm-hmm. And we elevate each other, and these things just spin out of control sometimes. It's really, really fun. It's super fun. I'm really grateful and constantly inspired for, to be able to be in this band and do this.
Yeah. That's wonderful.
I'll say one other thing too. Like sometimes when I come, I have something in my head. Mm-hmm. So with Truth Teller, it was Devin and Jason were still in the band, but I was just like this is what I try to explain sometimes. This is what it's about. Like, and I need it to sound like make it sound like thunder was one of the things I would say. Like make it sound like thunder. With the Rotten House, I'm like fight. Like Devin wants to play cute sometimes, and I'm like, this is the part. This is the fight. Like. Fight, with the guitar, right? Like, so, or with Thirsty or Out of Reach, I was like, I needed to sound like Sade.
Yeah, big time horny bars in there, Thirsty.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, this is different than Awestruck.
Ever so slightly. But also, like, so, it's just like all the metaphors, like, it could be about something else.
Sure.
Really could.
It could. It's not. But it could.
Okay, that's fine. Okay.
There's. I'm also aware that you're supposed to be doing something with the Elkhart Symphony.
Yes.
At some point next year.
Yes.
Can we talk about that a little bit?
Yeah. So that is amazing. It's a dream, really. I've thought that it would be amazing to play with a symphony, and so I personally thank God that came into our laps, but. Again, there's a network of artists, and so without us even applying, one of the creators in the Goshen, Carrie Lee Bland, Kendall, I have to thank her. She's on the board of the symphony and has sort of seen us and really appreciate what we do. And so, next thing you know, I got the conductor of the Elkhart Symphony in my DMs. It was so funny. I sent it to Jason, and he was like, is this real? And I said, yes. Carrie said that he would be reaching out. It's real. I'm not going to give away my, bank account to somebody over in wherever. And so, we're looking forward to working with a whole orchestra to pour out, all the sounds that we can't do, just with the 5 of us, with that whole, they're going to be like, please, ma'am, sit down.
But that's beautiful. That's a really cool. I thought it was really cool. So, let's make sure we talk about that. At least make people aware of it.
We're excited.
Good. I like to always allow the audience, if they would like to ask a question if they have any questions, but I'll never force you to do nothing you don't want to do. So I'm going to give it some time if you'd like to ask something.
You know everything. How dare you?
Yeah. No, you guys good? All right, cool. Well, then that's pretty much it. I thank you guys for coming down. Let's clap one more time for Rebel Noire and the
Thank you all
Accomplices.
so much. Yeah. Again, we're on all the social medias. So at rebel.noir on Instagram, Rebel Noir on Facebook. Um, and yeah, we will be playing actually the Elkhart Jazz Festival this Saturday. And the Vibes Music Festival. Elkhart Jazz Festival at 7:30 p.m. We're playing on a roof. That'll be our first rooftop show. We're doing new things this year. And we'll also be playing at Vibes Music Festival on July 13th. We're in the sort of 3 to 5 window, but that'll be a new festival for us too. That's in South Bend. So if people want to travel. The symphony is May 19th, 2025. Like, we already have the date and everything all sorted out. So get your tickets now. We'll be the grand finale.
Very cool, man.
I have a question for you. Can I ask you a question?
Sure.
What made you decide to do this? Like, where did this love of interviewing bands come from?
I started with a podcast called Back on Track, which still exists, but I haven't put out episodes since December. But I just like cracking jokes about songs, and I've always been very, because I was a hip-hop fan first, I was very lyric-focused and very, I would really dig into projects and be like, well, what's this, what's that? Shout out to Rap Genius for being able to break down all the lines for me at a certain point in my life. But pretty much it grew from that podcast to doing live shows in still a podcast form about whatever artist. So I think the first one was about Usher's Confessions. The second live show was about T-Pain's whole career. And he actually saw that post, which was really cool. Cause it just showed that he viewed it. He didn't like it or nothing, but but shout out to Pain. I love Pain. And then it eventually grew to this. And I think that first show was in September of 2022. And we've just been doing a show every month since then.
Oh, nice.
So there it goes. Yeah.
That is awesome. Well, I just wanted to say thank you, because for me as an artist, like, I never get to talk about the lyrics. You know, Jason, I used to want to stop in between every song and be like, Life in Black was on the massage table. Like, let me tell you about Truth Teller. You know, like, I put so much into the words that I write that it almost pains me that people hear it or it goes over their heads, or I'm like, you're missing that really cool thing that I did with this and that. So, you know, being able to sit and talk as an artist, I wish I had more opportunities like that, because it is more than just the sound. I don't call myself an entertainer. What I do feels deeper, and not more important, but it feels deeper than that. So
a lot of times, just like you said, songs require a deeper analysis after the fact. And there are some things that you simply can't and would never pick up from just listening to it. And so I think the interviews are important to get the full gauge of, like, where did this come from exactly? Mm-hmm. Because those stories, I think, are just as interesting. And I don't know if I want to say, I mean, I probably think they're just as important because I'm just a big nerd in terms of knowing the whole story of something. But I think they add dimension. Yeah. And they just add more context and more. I get a lot of entertainment out of, like, where this came from. And I'm definitely a big, like, no, because you don't understand. He said this, she said that. So I love being able to be like, oh, yeah, she was on a massage parlor table. I'm a very big, let me stun on this dude real quick. So, you don't understand. And Rebel told me she was on the massage parlor. So, yeah, I love stuff like that.
Well, can I tell you about one song that, like, I never get to talk about? And it's like, I'll just say, so Rotten House for me, I wrote after Kyle Rittenhouse got off.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's very funny.
Yes.
You have a post saying, do you know what Rotten House is about? And I was like, maybe I don't know what Rotten House is about. And I did want to ask, but sometimes interviews just go in the way of, like, it just doesn't happen. And then I would have asked you after.
Yeah, no. So, but I came to the band and I was like, I want to write angry like metal song about, but we had sort of crossed the threshold with that. So, and I also didn't want to say his name. It was very important that I address it, but not give his name more weight.
Yeah.
And so it just dawned on me. I'm like, if you take the I out and you put an O there,
That's very fun.
it's Rottenhouse.
Yeah.
And so it like the band members are like, huh? And so it is a song about policing. It's a song about that kind of vigilante violence, but you can't necessarily tell it just by the lyrics. So I have never been able to share anywhere what that song is about. So now you can stun on a bunch more people.
That was my first thing. So guess what? There's a song called Riding House. It turns out I will be doing that tomorrow immediately.
Oh,
First
I
thing
like
morning,
it. Thank you.
First meeting.
If
Hey
nothing
guys,
else.
last night I found out. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah.
All right, y'all. Well, thanks so much for coming on the show, and I guess we'll see you guys next time. Peace.
Thank you. Bye.